In the last video, we discussed the Known Malware Detection Firebase extension for watching out for malicious files updated to our database. But for this video, we're going to be specifically talking about the Secure Audit Log Firebase extension. Now, what this extension does is it incorporates the audit logging service, the Secure Audit Log service from Pangea, and allows us to keep record of security specific events within our app. So these can be events such as using any of the other services provided by Pangea, creating new users and authentication, or even creating our own custom logs from, let's say, a Flutter app. Okay. So the main thing here is that when you create a log, it gets put onto a ledger of the blockchain essentially. And it's provided it's provided a unique hash that allows us to be able to identify which logs took place and when and where. So if you're not familiar with blockchain, you can't edit or modify anything once it's on the blockchain, which is good for us because now we know that our logs are secure and whatever happened at that time happened, and no one can go back in time and modify it or alter any of the data in that way. Let's go ahead and get this extension installed, shall we? So go to extensions as before, explore extensions. We're going to look for Pangea and look for secure audit logging, and we'll hit install in Firebase console, select the project. And I covered all these prompts in the last video, so I'm not going to go into details about these. If you need some clarification on what these prompts mean, just refer to the previous video. So I'm just go ahead and hit next on all these. And once we get down to the configure part, this is where we will actually make some adjustments. So as previously stated, we need to make sure that we're on the AWS provider, aws.us.pangea cloud. Then we also need the token that uses the secure audit log service. If we come back to our Pangea account, we'll copy this secure audit log token right here and then paste this in, hit create secret. Then scroll down, we have the collection path. This is the collection path within Firestore where we will be storing our logs. And what's going to happen is the extension is listening for every document that we add to this collection. And based on every document, it's going to look at a field name called log that's going to have all the information that we have for our log, such as message, activity, status, etc. And then it's going to output a response field on that same document called response, and it's going to contain a ledger and some other data. I forgot exactly what it is, but more importantly is the hash that is corresponding to the ledger of that log on the blockchain. So we'll hit install extension, and I will see you all again in 5 minutes. Looks like our extension is complete, so we're all set up on the extension side. The final step is to actually test the extension. Similar to the last video, we're going to head back over to the Flutter app, and I'm going to explain a little bit more what's going on here. So first, let me bring this over here. So two things. When we create let me just step back. So we're going to have logging services that are going to be recording each action that's in the app. So when we use the Known Malware Detection Firebase extension, we're going to make a log for that. When we create a new user within Firebase authentication, we're going to create a log for that. When we create a custom event by adding a document to the audit collection, we're going to make a log for that. Okay. So guess we can start with, let's just start by uploading a file. If we upload the file, we'll just put malicious file again. Now, if we come over to Pangea and if we go to secure audit log, check view logs, you'll see these are a bunch of other logs. You can ignore those, but the most recent one, today's the 22nd. I just posted this one, malicious file, neutralized to path, malicious/malicious. So this is basically creating a log letting us know that the file we just uploaded got extracted to that malicious directory. Within here, let's see, timestamp. It has all this information. I don't think that you get the hash unless you actually add it to the Firebase database. So the log that was created, I'm just going to demonstrate that the log that was created in Pangea, but then when we actually add a document to the Firestore collection, a custom event, it's going to give us that hash that I was talking about. So that's just the first step. We got the log working for upload file. How about when we create a user? So my auth service, I have this method calling the Firebase auth Flutter package. It's going to create a user based on email and password. Let's see here. And then the Firestore service, this is when we're actually adding an audit log. We're adding it to that collection called Audit. And let me go ahead and make sure that I have that collection while I'm here. You want to make sure that you have that collection set up, otherwise it won't work. So we'll add Audit, and we're going to delete this in a second. We don't need any actual documents in here just yet. So just know that we need the collection audit. All right, so this is the add audit log function within the Firestore service I created. It's going to create a log, and then it has this action, actor, message, source, status, target params. I pre-assign those essentially, and I'm only going to pass in the message of our choice. So within the demo page, the create user method is going to essentially create a random email based on creating a random noun. There's this package called word generator that I'm using, but it's going to create a random word for the random email and then the password, and then we're going to create a new user based on that email and password. If it was successful, it'll say email created successfully. Then we should see a log for that. So let's try that out right now. So let me go over to Firebase. Let's go to authentication. And right now I only have 4 users. So we'll create a user right now. All right, fear@gmail.com was created successfully. So if we go over here and refresh, we have that new user, fear@gmail.com. Then we should also have a log in here letting us know that this user was created. So as you can see, user fear@gmail.com was created. So last but not least, the create custom event. This is where we're adding that document to the audit log. So what this is doing is using the word generator, same as the one in the previous method, to create a random sentence. And then that random sentence is going to be the message that's on that log. So when we create the random message, submit it. If it's successful, it'll say message event logged. So let's try that out right now. So this is where we can actually look at Firestore for that hash value. If we go back to Firestore database, should have an audit collection. No? It's doing that. Let me see. No, it's here. Unless it's well, let's just try it out. We're gonna we're gonna call it create custom event right now. All right, attorney epic event log. Mind you, these are very random sentences, so they're gonna be random. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. All right, so we got that document added to audit. You see right here, the log was all the information we specified, but then the response object we got back has this unique hash that represents the log and the ledger, and then the property called signature verification, none. I'm not exactly sure what this property specifies, but this is what comes back on the response object. Let's go ahead and try that one more time so you could see it, how quickly Firebase, the extension is working. All right, so we have this document. It's too quick for me. All right. Minor hemp, the message was created and it brought back that hash for us in the response. You can also then see it within the audit log viewer in Pangea. You see you have the message attorney epic, minor hemp. Those were the 2 logs that we created. So using those in tandem to see the audit logs and then the extension to actually provide hashes for when we create custom logs. I'm not sure if you can get the hash back from other events such as the one for authentication or uploading a file. I'm sure you could, but I know that for demonstration purposes, the extension allows us to actually get the hash back based on listening to that collection in Firestore. So with that being said, that's how you use the secure audit log Firebase extension. This is how you use all the extensions. Pangea is a great company. They have a lot more services that are in the works right now. So be patient. There's some on the way. If this video was helpful, as always, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think about using some of these services for your own application. Until next time, this is Trade Codes signing off.